On a chilly Friday evening, Eric arrives home after a grueling week at work, grappling with a nagging sense that this can't be all there is to life. Inside him, a voice of despair shouts loudly, but another, more hopeful voice counters that the only way to escape this rut is to carve out a new path for himself. True change, it insists, starts from within. This simple yet profound realization swirls in his mind as he reflects on the tug-of-war between despair and hope. Determined not to succumb to negativity, Eric focuses on the idea of reinventing himself. How to achieve this, however, remains elusive. Then, a memory of his friend Liam surfaces. Liam, whose life transformed for the better through a philosophy he often spoke about, Stoicism. Inspired, Eric feels a flicker of hope despite his exhaustion. As he lies awake, his last thoughts before drifting off are filled with possibilities. Determination. Eric thinks to himself, if Liam could turn his life around with Stoicism, why couldn't he? If you've ever felt stuck like Eric, locked in a cycle of routine, consider this an invitation to explore how Stoicism can empower you. What aspects of your life could benefit from a Stoic transformation? In this video we'll unravel exactly how you can leverage Stoicism to reinvent yourself starting today and truly transform your life from within. Stay tuned for a journey to rediscover your resilience and wisdom. It's time to plot a course for self-reinvention, and here's how. 1. Start small. Start small. Heart pounding. You look closely into your eyes in the mirror, seeing beyond your reflection to the essence of who you are. Yet within this intimate moment of self-observation, you're gripped by a profound desire for transformation. Here's a piece of wisdom from the ancient Stoics to hold close. Reinvention is not only possible, but it also starts with the smallest of steps. Zeno, the foundational voice of Stoicism, once remarked, well-being is realized by small steps, but it is no small thing as you stand at the brink of wanting to redefine who you are. Don't let the magnitude of change intimidate you. Imagine trying to construct a giant cathedral from scratch. Introspect on the careful placement of each brick, the placement of each beam. That's how reinvention works. It's not a hasty undertaking, but a process of meticulous assembly. It's about these small changes, piece by piece, that shape the overarching magnificence of who you will become. This is not about grand sweeping transformations, but a series of deliberate steps that gather to create profound change over time, a falling dominoes effect reaching towards a grand crescendo. Draw upon the power of atomic habits as popularized by James Clear. Remember, an atom is the smallest unit, yet it holds immense power. Similarly, it's our tiniest habits that turn out to be the cornerstone of dramatic reinvention. If you aspire to become more empathetic, start small. Genuinely smile at someone. Listen consciously when someone shares their story, or lend a helping hand without expecting anything in return. Each small act, believe it or not, ushers in the monumental change. But here's the Stoic twist. Don't distract yourself with grand ambitions or unattainable dreams. Instead, focus on the immediate and achievable task at hand. Supposing you want to be more assertive today, stand your ground on one small issue each day. Let this assertiveness crystallize further. Let all these small victories string together to pave the way for a transformed you. Dream big, but start small, because true change starts within the confines of the seemingly insignificant. It invites you to scale the heights one step at a time, leading to more sustainable and impactful transformation. 2. Stop letting anxiety rule over you. Rule over you. On a dark and stormy night, Eric found himself drawn to Marcus Aurelius's Personal Journal Meditations, a book that opens the door to Stoicism philosophy, as relevant now as it was in ancient Rome. Anchored deep within its pages was a quote that hit him like a bolt of lightning. Today I escaped anxiety, or no, I discarded it because it was within me, in my own perceptions and not outside. This moment marked a crucial point in Eric's journey into self-reinvention, showing him that the battle was not with the world but with his perception of it. This journey isn't just about changing what you do, it's about changing how you see. Your vision shapes your path. If you view life as a series of insurmountable obstacles, that's all you'll ever encounter. But see it as a playground of possibilities, and the game changes. Eric realized that just like him, we often hold on to our anxieties like a familiar blanket, not because it's comfortable but because it's all we know. Discarding this blanket means stepping out into the cold, yet it's only in the cold that we can truly learn to kindle our own fire. The process of reinventing oneself is akin to sailing across an uncharted sea. You must be willing to lose sight of the shore to discover new horizons. It's natural to feel fear when the land fades from view, but remember, it's the same ocean whether you are viewing it from the safety of the shore or the heart of the deep. Marcus Aurelius teaches us that it's not the ocean to fear, but our capacity to navigate it. Eric learned that to reinvent himself, he didn't need to become someone else, he just needed to master the helm of his own thoughts. To anyone standing at the crossroads of change, remember this: the essence of reinvention lies within your perception. It doesn't demand that you erase who you were. Instead, it invites you to sculpt who you are becoming. Like Eric, find your meditations embrace the Stoic wisdom that whispers power lies not in external events but in your reactions to them. Let this be your guide as you chart your course towards reinvention. The only chains holding you back are the ones you've placed on yourself. Break free and discover the vastness of your own potential. 3. Create a routine. With the passing of time, we often find ourselves standing at crossroads, pondering the question of self-reinvention. It's a profound journey, not just about changing what's on the outside, but transforming who we are on the inside. This transformation demands more than just fleeting desires. It requires a foundation as solid as bedrock. A routine. Seneca once illuminated this path by stating, life without a design is erratic. Embedding this wisdom into the fabric of our daily lives paves the way to true change. Imagine your life as a vast unexplored terrain. Every step taken without direction is a step into the unknown, potentially leading you away from your desired destination. Now consider the power of a compass guiding you through this terrain. A well thought out routine acts as this compass, ensuring every step moves you closer to the person you aspire to become. It's not about constraining yourself with a rigid timetable, but about architecting your days around activities that feed your soul, challenge your mind, and build your strength to embark on this journey of reinvention. Start by identifying the moments when you feel most alive, your zenith of creativity and focus. Direct these peak hours towards activities that mirror the person you aim to be. If your vision is to become more insightful, allocate time to read and reflect. Should physical vitality be your aim, make exercise non-negotiable in your daily plan. The essence is to align your actions with your aspirations, crafting each day as a stepping stone towards your renewed self. But here's the cornerstone: consistency. The mightiest of rivers starts as a humble stream, its power growing with every mile it flows. Similarly, the impact of your routine amplifies with steadfast dedication. Embrace this structure, but allow room for growth and adaptation. Change, after all, is not a destination, but a journey. As you journey forth armed yourself with routines that nurture not just productivity but balance and well-being, transforming the erratic into the eloquent and steering your life by the compass of deliberate action. 4. Give yourself the order. Give yourself the order to stop lost in thought. Have you ever found yourself pondering the path not taken, the version of you that remains? Unexplored stories of reinvention are not just the stuff of legends or the tales of heroes past. They whisper possibilities into the hearts of anyone brave enough to listen. Consider Dwight D. Eisenhower, a man who, facing the harm of a 4-pack a day smoking habit, decided to give himself an order to stop. This wasn't merely about quitting smoking, it was a profound act of becoming the master of his fate. He didn't just discard a bad habit, he found a deeper strength within, a strength that each of us possesses. Reinvention begins with a single step: giving yourself the order to stop settling, to stop doubting, to stop being the passenger in your own life. It's about staring down those parts of yourself that you've allowed to take control, be it fake complacency or the comfort of the known, and deciding that today you choose a different path. This is the essence of Stoicism, an invitation to reclaim your power by asserting control over your choices. As Epictetus said, no man is free who is not master of himself. Your chains are not locked by anyone but you. Now think of that one thing that keeps you anchored to the person you no longer wish to be. It could be a job that doesn't fulfill you, relationships that don't uplift you, or habits that don't serve you. Recognize them for what they are: familiar haunts on a map. You've outgrown. The call to reinvent yourself is not an easy journey. It requires the courage to give yourself a new order, one that doesn't just challenge the status quo, but seeks to transcend it. This isn't about gradual shifts, it's about a decisive step toward who you're meant to become as you stand at the crossroads, ready to give yourself the order to reinvent. Remember this: you are the architect of your destiny. The power to reshape your life lies in the simple yet radical act of choosing a new direction. It's the realization that your past does not define your future unless you allow it to. So as we look toward the horizon of tomorrow, let's embrace the spirit of Stoicism, not just as a philosophy but as a call to action. Let's not just dream of the person we can become, let's take the commanding steps to be that person. 5. Free up precious resources. Free up precious resources. With the passing of time, we often find ourselves at a crossroads, questioning the very essence of who we are and who we wish to become. This journey of self-reinvention is not just about changing what we do, but fundamentally rethinking how we allocate our most precious resources: time and focus. Stoicism, a philosophy that has stood the test of more than 2 millennia, offers a practical guide to navigating this path. Epictetus, one of the wisest Stoics, once shared, if you wish to improve, be willing to appear clueless or stupid in exchange for growth. This seemingly simple advice unravels a complex truth about human behavior. Too often we cling to what's familiar, even if it's at the cost of our growth. We scroll through our phones, binge watch shows, and get lost in the noise of the world simply because it's comfortable. But what if we chose to allocate our time to activities that actually serve our journey of becoming who we wish to be? The task at hand isn't to shun modern technology or to retreat from society, but rather to become acutely conscious of where our attention goes. Start by tracking how you spend your days. Notice how many hours slip through your fingers, caught up in things that neither challenge you nor bring you closer to your goals. Awareness is the first step. The second, more challenging step is action. Prioritize learning over leisure.